Today on The Everyday Dad, we're going to talk about image quality, and we're going to compare the cameras between the DJI Spark and the DJI Mavic Pro. Stay tuned. I'm The Everyday Dad, and I'm currently deciding on which of these drones I'm going to keep. I can't keep both, thanks to the Everyday Wife, but I am going to keep one to be my new aerial photography equipment, and we're going to find out today which one has the better video quality. Yes, the Mavic Pro does have 4K, and the Spark does not have 4K. However, I don't really use 4K. All of my videos are in 1080p, so 1080p is fine for me. The problem with the Spark that I just recently realized, somebody in the comment, and I'll post his name, mentioned to me that in my comparison video of active track between these two cameras, that the Spark's video was pretty jumpy, and when I went back and looked, it is pretty jumpy. So we're gonna do some comparisons of the image quality of these two cameras, so let's go. Alright, so today I came to a local park, pretty secluded, not a lot of people around here. So we're gonna start with the Spark, take some aerial footage, see how jumpy it is, then we'll go to the DJI Mavic Pro, see how the image quality is. Now to keep the test fair, since I can't change the image settings on the DJI Spark, we'll keep the Mavic Pro at 1080p by 30 frames per second, just to keep it fair. To see, we're not looking at the image quality because they have the same sensors, and the 1080p should be almost identical. But I really want to see, is there a shutter issue, and that's why the footage is so jumpy, or maybe the footage is not jumpy if I can get the settings correct. So we'll take off. They'll both be done with my iPhone. That takeoff from the hand is still one of my favorite features of the Spark. So the first shot we're gonna do is gonna be a pan of the playground, because the pan was what I was seeing as the most jumpy footage when the Spark was panning. Without the controller, and I'm not just being a Spark fanboy here, I really like it. Is very responsive using the app. Very responsive. We're going to try to make it be jumpy. So we're going to try the new Helix quick shot. That's the spinning away, and that's about the most complicated maneuver that a drone's going to do. If that doesn't make it like super jump, I think we've fixed the problem. Hey, I'm back editing the footage real quick, and I wanted to make a quick note on this Helix mode. It goes fast. So I thought it was just gonna slowly like spin out. No, it took off. I lost connection. It didn't crash, thankfully. But if you're gonna use the Helix mode, be careful. Back to the video. catching it. All right, so we checked out we took some footage with the Spark. The Mavic's up next. Fortunately, I'm terrified of the Mavic when it's going, so we will not be doing a hand takeoff of the Mavic. It's on the ground over on the other side of the car. This is not taking my hand today. I flew it inside once. Big mistake. It all of a sudden, it's this cute thing when it's all bundled up, and then you unfold the legs and you turn it on in your house and it becomes a whirring buzzsaw of death. Let's see if the Mavic's app works better when I'm not trying to active track it with a mountain bike and we're just doing a normal flight, because the Sparks app works a lot better for like an active sport kind of thing than the Mavic does. All right, now we're gonna try to do this exact same shots that we got with the Spark with the Mavic. Now, one thing with the Mavic that I just realized, you cannot do tripod mode with the app. You can only do tripod mode when you have the controller. On the Spark, you can do tripod mode straight from the app. Something else I want to mention real quick. I'm not intentionally trying to make the Mavic look bad with the jerky controls. It is just much harder to control with the app. The Mavic was clearly designed, and this is not a bad thing, but it was clearly designed to be used with the controller. The app is obviously a second thought. It's not a very good way to control the Mavic at all. Back to it. Landed the Mavic, got some good shots in it. I will say that the Mavic did not really work with the app that well. It lost focus a lot, whereas I was able to stand here and film everything with the Spark. I had to go out and get almost directly underneath the Mavic to film for it. And we'll talk about this more in a second, but you know, I can't really find fault with the Mavic for that. The Mavic's not really designed to be just a quick throw out the drone, run it with your phone. It's designed to be operated with its controller that greatly extends its range and makes it a fantastic drone. But for my purposes, we'll have to see. I really like the ease of just using my phone. I can throw it in a pocket and have the drone track me, but let's head back and check out that footage. Welcome back. So like I said before, I think both of these drones are fantastic for what their intended purpose is. For my purpose, I just need a drone that I can throw up and get some footage. I think the way that I compare the Spark versus the Mavic is it's really an action camera versus like a DSLR. Yeah, the DSLR has better image quality, but it's bulkier, it's heavier, it's harder to set up, and the action camera, I could just say click, go. And that is really what I need footage for. A lot of my channel is how-tos, helping everybody how to learn things. Yes, I do have a nicer camera, my Panasonic Lumix G7 that I'm filming on right now, but I only really use that for really stable shots. For the majority of my filming, I just need an action camera. And that's what I consider the DJI Spark to be. I consider it to be a flying action camera. It doesn't have the best image quality, but it has very good image quality. And don't get me wrong, the Mavic has excellent image quality too. So I'm just about done with my full-on review of which of these drones I'm gonna keep. I kinda think I know where I'm leaning. The major issues we'll talk about in the next video, but battery life. Man, the Mavic crushes the Spark for battery life. And something else. So I spoke earlier in the video about the jumpy video. Well, what I'm gonna try to do is try to film the video straight from the computer with my camera, so you can kind of see, you may not see as good as the image normally is, but I want you to see that it's not as jumpy from this drone. I think what it is an issue between the drone's encoding and my Adobe Elements editing software. Because the video I watched straight from the computer, smooth, crisp, it's great. When I watched the last episode compiled together, yeah, the footage from the Spark and a little bit from the Mavic are both jumpy. So I want to try to show you that it's not necessarily the Mavic, I think it's a combination of the Mavic and the Adobe. Okay, so this is Windows Media Player straight from my computer, and you can see I'm not trying to show you image quality, I'm just trying to show you jumpiness. So let's play. And you can see the image quality is much more stable when it's just coming straight from the computer. Once it runs through the compression of my Adobe, that's when things get jumpy. So don't criticize the drone too harshly. I don't think it's necessarily the drone's fault. Hopefully maybe a firmware update can clear up the confusion between the drone and video editing software, but it's not anything to do with straight the drone. So hey everybody, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you decide which drone you should get, whether you need a better like 4K image quality or you need more convenience. If you like learning, if you like checking out drones, if you like seeing how to do new things, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below and join the awesome community we have going here. It's getting bigger every day and everybody's great. And remember, I'm the everyday dad, and if I can figure out how to get these drones going, you can figure it out. Thanks for watching.